Welcome to your breathing practice for March 2024. So this pranayama is called the cleansing breath. You need a little bit of a space to set up for this one because it starts seated. So if you've got a sitting block, the grey block down there, or a zafu, a meditation cushion, or if you don't have either of those things, just a normal cushion would be completely fine. Then grab that. Any flat space is fine. You don't necessarily need a yoga mat, but you might want a blanket underneath you to support your ankles because the ankles can feel a little bony in this one. All right, let's begin. So come to sukhasana, which is a cross-legged pose where the heels sit below the knees. So this is often how people intuitively sit, with the ankles crossing in the middle, knees often up quite high. Instead of that, we want to walk the feet away from their ankle center line, so they sit below the knees. And then flex both of your feet, so the toes point forward and the heels move out. Your calf muscles and shins want to be kind of snuggled up against one another so that they sit closely and parallel toward the front of the space in front of you. And then bring the hands either side of you and allow your weight to roll forward to the front rim of the pelvis, the front of the sit bones. Now, it might be that if you've got a little bit of tension in your inner thighs and your hip flexors here at the front of the pelvis, that the legs are kind of bobbing up stubbornly. That's completely fine. But you might then want to take a few moments to take the hands into the middle of the thighs, not so much the knees, more the center of the thighs, and kind of roll the inside of the thigh muscle outwards and lean your body forward. So you're leaning with your chest. I'm going to show you that from the side so you can see how important it is to lengthen from the lower back. So if I tuck my top in. Here is the example of when we cross the ankles. You can see it causes or invites the back of the pelvis to drop behind us, and then we end up in a slouching position. So we walk the feet towards the sides and then place the heels below the knees. And now I can actually press my thigh away from the center line, and that allows the pelvis to tip forward a little bit. So you'll see in my lower back, there's a gentle incurve. Now, you don't want to overdo that and kind of sit and load into the lower back. You want a little bit of lift at the pubic bone, but not to the point that, again, you're rolling your weight back towards the coccyx. So weight is forward in the sits bones. Lower back is drawing gently in. Elevate the sides of your armpits and then reground through the foundation, which here is your legs. So you press your thighs down and flex your feet so the ankles sit below the knees. Take your fingers either side of you, palms facing forward. And as you take the fingertips down to the floor, imagine spiraling your bicep, your upper arm, outwards towards the sides of the room. Inhale here. Press the thighs, the knees down, lift the chest upwards, spiraling the chest open wide. And then as you exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale to sit upright. Take 3 additional sipping breaths into the upper lobes of your lungs. Hold the inhalation, pull up the perineum, the pelvic floor, lift the chest, roll the chin down towards the chest to create the throat lock, and hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lift the chin. Inhale deeply. As you inhale, draw the breath along the back of the throat, so you're creating a gentle ujjayi sound, which warms and humidifies and lengthens the breath. As you exhale this time, breathe out through the mouth. And imagine you're fogging up a mirror just in front of the mouth as you forward fold. Pause at the end of the exhale. Inhale, mouth closed, spine upright, breathe in deeply. And then pause at the top of the natural breath and take 3 additional sips in. Let the chest bones dome up. Lock the chin down towards the chest. Pull and lift the perineum and the pelvic floor muscles and hold for 7. Release the chin and inhale deeply. Exhale, mouth closed, same sound, mouth closed. Inhale to an upright position. 3 additional sipping breaths. Hold 7. Lock chin, perineum and pelvic floor muscles up. Lift chin. Exhale completely. Inhale deeply. Draw the breath along the back of the throat so you create this sound with the mouth closed. Exhale, ha sound, but mouth closed as you forward fold, support with the front of your arms. Inhale, upright. 3 additional sips to the upper cauldrons of the lungs. Hold and apply the locks. Perineum lifting, ribs lifting, chin to chest. Hold for 7. Lift the chin and exhale. Let's take 3 more together, no instruction. Good job. Bring the hands onto your knees, palms facing up, index finger and thumb loosely connect, elbows soft. Allow your eyes to close and imagine the crown of your head lifting from the tips of your ears towards the sky. Gently draw the soft sides of your neck back. Hug your chin's crease in towards the throat and gently turn up the corners of your mouth into a quarter smile, which is your natural expression. Let the breath roam freely and gently and naturally now. Stay present to simply receive the incoming breath as it comes to the shore of your body. Stay present to feel the breath as it leaves and moves into the space around you, slowly, deeply, consistently. You take a moment of pause, ideally always after pranayama practice, just to observe the energetic impact of the breathing technique. And take a precious moment of stillness to allow the impact of the practice to be absorbed by the body and the mind. And then bring either both hands to the chest in prayer position or one hand on top of the other in the heart center, and take a nice long slow breath in. And exhale through the mouth, let it go. Well done, blink the eyes open. Okay, so what you might have noticed is that your breath might not perfectly match the length of my breath. And the pauses between the breaths might also not have matched exactly. And that's okay. All of us are going to breathe to different rates and to different depths. My breathing might have been too fast or too slow for you. And you'll also find that it changes at different points within the day. So right now for me, this is morning, and my breathing rate is going to be very different or a little bit different to how it is in the evening just before bed. So this breathing technique or pranayama works beautifully before bed, beginning of the day, middle of the day, really anywhere that you can fit in a quick 10-minute practice of breathing. And it can be done anywhere. Like you could actually not be seated on the floor and do this from your desk or from a chair and just work on the inhale and exhale, staying upright instead of forward folding. Inhale to a comfortable level, and then those 3 additional sips of breath in through the nose. Then hold for 7, apply the bandhas, the throat lock, the lift of the perineum, the lift of the ribs, and then slowly exhale after 7. You'll find that breath instantaneously affects the nervous system, your emotional state, and the way that your mind is moving. So use it like medicine and enjoy. If you practice this regularly, you'll become familiar with it over the next month. And that's when these tools really become embedded within our psyche, within our being, and we can really lean on them as a tool and a crutch when we need some support and rebalancing. If you find it's more beneficial to be lying down for pranayamas, it also can be done from a lying down position as well. If you've got any other questions about the breathing technique, then please feel free to reach out to me on email or pop into class and ask me in person in the studio. I'll see you soon. Happy practicing.